just holding a grudge. I can't do everything, it was never enough. I'm trading all your games in exchange for love. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. Don't try to lay the blame, you're just holding a grudge. I can't do everything, it was never enough. I'm trading all your games in exchange for love. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. Don't try to lay the blame, you're just holding a grudge. I can't do everything, it was never enough. I'm trading all your games in exchange for love. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. Don't try to lay the blame, you're just holding a grudge. I can't do everything, it was never enough. I'm trading all your games in exchange for love. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up. You try to tear me down, but you're lifting me up.
As usual, I'm just having too much fun with this music. It's time. We got to start this on time for like once. What say you, Graveyard?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. It's time.
Distance nerding.
Hey! My camera's in the wrong place right now.
Uh-oh.
I was not prepared at all. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching, listening, and taking in all of the comic goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding, and it's specifically time for the build. What is up? That is your boy Graveyard.
And that is the one and only Lego master himself, young Phil.
Oh, the Lego Master. I love that.
Yeah.
I dig that. And we are here to nerd together, ladies and gentlemen. Nailed it. Like we do every single time. Oh my God. I'm both ready and not ready because I'm on the wrong camera. Let's fix that. All right. Boom.
There we are.
All right.
Too many cameras.
Let's see where the chat is at saying, oh yeah, let's see Phil mess up like he always does.
James is here.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised
Say
you guys
Wong.
are here. I thought you guys would be at SDCC. I wish I was at, that's all I've been saying in every group chat all day is I wish I was at SDCC. No, guys, we couldn't get tickets, even as press. LA Comic-Con shows us a lot of love. But SDCC does not.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys got tickets, I would go to California just to go there.
If at one point, if we're so big that we can start getting tickets for SDCC, then we for sure will start. I will buy you a ticket, dude.
Just one way.
Yeah.
You have to find your way.
Yeah, you're gonna have to live in San Diego for the rest of your life.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just live the life now. She's like, all right, see ya.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's we are going to LA Comic-Con. I've already got I've got everything set up on that, man. If we back out, then it'll be the first time in 3 years we haven't gone to LA Comic-Con and not been featured for press. But still,
December, huh?
Yeah, it's in December.
Nice.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. This channel, everything we do is brought to you by the little guy that's in the top corner right there right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are powered by Pod Decks. Yes, that's right. Pod Decks are a unique interview and question starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster, level up with Pod Decks.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is where I get paid, right?
Exactly.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, use the code NERDING10 like you see on the screen right there. Not that one, wrong one. All right, like you see on the screen, NERDING10 to get 10% off your order. You want to know who got 10% off of his order when he got it? Look at this right there. Boom.
Oh, yeah. I chose the wrong color, but yes, this is the WTF deck.
Oh, you got the WTF deck?
Oh, yeah. It's what's the craziest thing you do in a limo? It's questions like that, you know.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. All right.
There you go.
I'm not gonna say what the craziest thing I've done in limo is. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the Pod Decks right there. Again, there's the cards themselves. Of course, you can download the app, which is what I use. The app is $40 a year, which is not bad if you're somebody who runs a podcast or you have your own show or something like that. Or even just you want icebreakers. You want to, you run the icebreakers at work, and you want to do that kind of thing right there, right? Just kind of introduce everybody, get the Pod Decks out, bust them out, and use the Pod Decks. Again, Pod Decks is an amazing tool that we use just to show you guys the app right here, right there. So, basically I can say, okay, which deck do I want to use?
Yep.
Go back to the WTF one right there. Let's see what it says. Let's see what the first question is.
What's the first question?
What kind of secret society would you like to start?
Would I like to start?
Yeah.
Oh.
Society for dudes who are in love with the pizza guy.
There you go. I mean, mine would have to be clearly beer related. It is the Symbiotic Beard Society.
Symbiotic Beard Society.
Yes.
Oh, we're making that. Okay. Oh my God. If we ever get to a point where that beard account gets its own Patreon, that's what it's going to be. It's the Symbiotic Beard Society.
Exactly.
You too, for your patronage, can become a member of the mind control portion of the beard, but you have to grow your beard first. All right.
Yep. Well, if that's what powers the show. It powers young Phil.
Oh, what powers young Phil? Everybody wonders how the hell I have so much damn energy all the time. I'm going to tell you what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dubby. That's right. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, you may be asking yourself right now, what makes Dubby different from other gaming supplements? I'm going to tell you that right now. Dubby is one of the few drinks that contains Neurofactor. It's a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Guys, the flavors are delicious. The only person who gets bubble guts is Eugene from Geek Saga. He's the only one that has problems with it. So other than that, everybody else is fine, which is funny because maltodextrin is what gives you bubble guts. And it's like, this has none of that in there. These flavors are good. Now, of course, everybody knows I've got every flavor, and every flavor is sitting on my little Lazy Susan here.
Why is she lazy?
I don't know. That's the name of it.
I know.
I normally would drink one, but I don't have a cup in front of me right now to mix the drink. So we're just gonna go without it. And I'm just gonna go off of my regular energy right now. So with that being said, let's get into what we're all here for right now. Now, guys, we've had a chance to read the comics that this next creator has written, has created, and they're great. I mean, like even someone like Graveyard, who's not into this kind of stuff, he likes the story. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's mainly because it's not horror related. Aside from the scene with all the heads, which again we're not going to get into. So. I don't want to spoil it. You know what I mean?
That scene was great.
It was. It's funny. It was when I was reading that scene, I immediately thought of you. Because I was like, okay, this doesn't seem like it's up his alley. But as soon as I saw the whole head scene and kind of where that took place, I was like, this is a Graveyard moment right here.
Oh, absolutely.
I bet you Matt is like, this is amazing. So
yeah.
So with that being said, guys, again, let's bring on the creator, the patron, the writer, the creative, Gage the Wolf, aka I guess his name is Nathan Johns, but we're gonna call him Gage the Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the stream, Gage the Wolf.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Not bad.
Good. Hopefully that was a okay enough intro.
Oh, heck yeah. And I learned something. I didn't even know there were gaming supplements.
Yes.
To keep you primed and ready for gaming.
Well, so like the most famous one is G Fuel.
I didn't know that.
You don't know what G Fuel is, really?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't drink it.
I try not to drink any sodas and stuff like that anymore. I kind of drink these things, the little seltzer waters.
Mm-hmm.
But because soda was making me really fat, but and the sugar's not too good
Soda
for me
makes
too
you
much.
fat?
So.
Okay, yeah.
But we pretty much just lived on Mountain Dew and the desperate need to game.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew, see, Mountain Dew is the official supplement for every gamer that's out there. So,
Isn't that peanut butter, James?
Mountain Dew is peanut butter. Sure, why
Sure,
not?
James. Why not? Oh, James.
Way to make the sponsors happy. Oh man. So guys, go ahead and start your conversation here. My camera was not placed where it's supposed to be, so
All right.
I will be off screen for like a second here.
All right.
No, it's
I'll
funny
start.
because my whole introduction to him in the green room, he had that big mic like right in his face. I didn't
Yep.
get to see his face until he fixed his camera when the
What are you
stream
talking about?
started.
You just. There we go. Is that better?
All right, so this is the way I do the show for the rest of the year.
All right, so we do have, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, we want to know a little bit more about Gage the Wolf, right? So we have something calling, kind of growing up geeky. What did you geek out on as a kid?
Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I was a huge Ninja Turtle fan. He-Man before Ninja Turtles. I probably owned every He-Man up until like.
I have the power.
Up until like 1991.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lost him in a move situation. So.
Oh.
But Ninja Turtles and then Spider-Man comics.
Yes.
And I was really into Spider-Man comics and Captain America for the longest time. And then Generation X
Yes.
was my meat and drink. Like I own the first 38 of those with like the foil cover Generation X, and I kind of lost interest after the Age of Apocalypse stuff that they did. And then I got away from comics for a long time and got really into writing. I started playing Riffs, was my first role-playing game. And then I just got into role-playing.
Nice.
I've been doing that. I've been game mastering since 1994.
Wow. Yeah, I cut my teeth on D&D 3.5, as I think most people did in D&D that's close to my age.
That's my favorite version of D&D is 3.5. So.
Oh yeah, 4 was abysmal.
I didn't even try it. We just 4 came out and we were like, we're just gonna keep playing 3.5.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're
awesome.
not the only person who's ever said that. I mean, like,
yeah,
it's a very common thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 4 was really short lived, so I'm glad I didn't buy any of them.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't even game master D&D. Like I game master White Wolf games, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse. I've game mastered Riffs. I tried game mastering D&D, but it wasn't for me really. I've played D&D. Like whenever I really get to play, I always say like the always the bridesmaid, never the bride, always the game master, never the player.
Yeah.
Like the few times I've gotten to play, people have run D&D, and so that's what I've gotten to play.
Yeah, nice. I know all about that outside of the fact that I'm married now. But I mean, like,
Oh yeah. My co-host, he has any RPG book possible. He has. So he has the Vampire, the entire Vampire. He has the White Wolf. He has every Pathfinder, every D&D. That man is a knowledge of RPGs. It's astounding to me.
Nice.
By the way,
but he's not married.
Guys, so. I know. A lot of people like they look and try to see what I'm building for the week, and I did not post because I forgot to change the name. So the actual episode still says to be announced, but I'm building the Haunted Mansion.
It's announced. Yay! So awesome. So speaking of nerding out on things like that, the running joke is James and I are old and we don't understand TikTok. What's something currently that people are obsessed with and nerding out on that you don't understand or get? Like NFTs.
Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started. Like I didn't even have a computer when I started building Godslayers Episode 1. So Godslayers Episode 1 was completely built from my iPhone 7S. And it wasn't until my Kickstarter funded after my book was completed that I bought a computer because I finally realized that if I was going to be downloading the art and stuff I needed all the time, I needed some place to put it.
All right.
So, like,
I'm a comic book, but I don't know computers.
I don't know computers. So Instagram's still something I'm trying to learn. I just downloaded TikTok yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's because I have a friend who sends me TikToks all the time, and I'm always like, I can watch it, but I can't look for ones to send to you.
Honestly,
And
that's the
so-
reason that I downloaded TikTok was because so many people were sending me TikToks. I was like, all right, might as well.
And my friend Rafael Tavares, like I've seen him do a couple of voice acting things on there that I thought were really cool, and I was like, I think I could do that. You know, so it's something I'm looking into and trying to learn. I just figured out how to find the stuff that I favorited.
Trust me, I was the same way. This is 10 years ago when Snapchat started, and one of my coworkers like, dude, I'm the Snapchat you. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I just worked out at the gym. Like, I don't care.
I don't even have Snapchat, so
I'm not gonna lie. I got Snapchat because a really hot girl told me I should.
That's not why I followed the guy. Or what? No.
So yeah, a lot of that stuff's pretty new to me. I think the last time I'd had a computer before this was when AOL was popular.
Yeah.
And I used to go into AOL chat rooms to roleplay.
Yes.
So
Which, by the way, all of you guys out there, if you guys want to send us questions for Gage, just remember that you can email us at distancenerding@aol.com.
Well, I have to ask, Gage, because role playing in AOL, because we're old, right? Did you put the X's before and after your handle?
So no, I do colon and then oh wait, before my handle. No, I always had a weird name. Like Julius Chapel was one of them. Like no one ever had the names I was going for. So I never had to really worry about that. But like when I was typing actions, I would do like the colon and then whatever action I was doing so that you could separate it from my talking. Right. I still do that.
We're not dating ourselves in the least bit.
Great, because you know what generation we came from, right? It's just kind of like
I want people to know I'm an old man so they don't have technological expectations of me. I have grandkids. I'm good with that.
Do you have grandkids?
I have grandkids. My son.
You do not look old enough to have grandchildren, dude.
I'm 43.
Yeah, you're aging pretty well, man.
Good living.
It's funny because
I'm not.
It's funny because like
which I noticed when I was shooting my Comic-Con setup, I was like, "Oh damn, I'm bald."
Yeah, tell me about it.
What's funny is James is around your same age. I'm not going to say exactly where around your same age, but like James is around your same age, and he's got 2 3-year-olds and a 7-year-old. So it's like
I have a 23-year-old, a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, and one that's going to be 19 in September. And my son is my oldest, and he has 2 sons of his own, and they're 2 and 1. Or I guess the youngest is turning 1 soon. So
yeah, Granddad Gage.
Yeah. Why not, right? Then there's my sister that just has a 1-year-old and she's 43. So
yes, grandkids, James. And I don't know what a Bluey episode is.
It's the Australian show about dogs.
Oh, okay.
On Disney.
On Disney, yeah. So we have an entire generation. We grew up talking like Australians because of Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
They talk like Australians because of Bluey.
You call that a knife?
This is a knife.
This is a knife.
I've heard that quote so many times.
Oh man! All right. Well, let's get into you a little bit here, Gage. So, in your comic, I was lucky enough to read the first 2 episodes, and I am a comic guy. Don't get me wrong; it's not just horror. I do nerd out on comics. I used to have an entire collection of comics, and I got married, and they all went away.
So
So
I got
kind of
lucky. I married a nerdy girl. She likes to role play. She likes comic books. One of the first
Thank you.
things we really bonded over was the Max comics. And so I just got a handful of those because I was like, hey, we're here alone all the time. We can read some Max comics together.
Sounds kinky.
Ooh.
Okay.
I did not marry a nerd. And so my wife is not into anything that we're into.
Oh, I definitely married a nerd. She got to keep her comics.
See, and that's why I think I'm a spoiled game master, though, is because she likes to play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like a don't miss a day because, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Yes.
So I get to play every Sunday.
There you go. Awesome.
Lucky.
LeJack, do you hear that, LeJack?
Spoiled game master.
Yeah, I would love if LeJack was like into gaming and stuff like that, but she's nerdy about certain things, but not like the stuff that we're super into. Like, so she does like old Hollywood. She's really into old Hollywood. And she is, if there's anything I would say that she's a nerd over, it's the Golden Girls, and she is the reason that I got into the Golden Girls.
Nice.
Surprisingly, it wasn't Deadpool; it was my wife.
There you go. Did you thank her for being a friend?
I thank her all the time for being a friend.
All right. Well, speaking of role playing, Gage, I heard through the grapevine that you, through your role playing days, this kind of got you the introduction into then the comic book Godslayer. So how did that happen, and what was that transition like for you?
So I told you guys that I got to play D&D. That's that's how I got to play. And one of the guys who ran it was Josh, and Josh Reynolds was like a brother to me. Like, we'd been friends for years. My kids called him Uncle Josh and stuff like that. And we used to get into these debates about the idea that necromancers were evil. He hated that aspect of D&D, that they would make certain classes evil. And necromancer was always the one he wanted to play, but hated. And so we got into this whole debate about what kind of morals a necromancer would have to have in order to not be evil.
Right.
And that kind of gave birth to me writing the Godslayer storyline and creating Kebal, who will be called Ash eventually, but is introduced in episode 2 as Kebal Gekiretsu, the Godslayer. And I don't know. I was really watching a lot of Niobe Comics' stuff. I don't know if you guys know Larry Higgins and Niobe Comics. Rebel Comics is his thing. But after my brother passed away, I was watching him and I was like, I think I can do this. I was watching him do his hustle, and I was like, I really want to do something with this, so that it's not just. And that's where I got into it. So at first I wrote it as an anime script. So Godslayer's episode 1, Waking the Godslayer, is episode 1 and 2, was written as an anime script.
That tracks.
And then I was going to send it to Netflix, and I was like, I don't really want someone else to get my story and edit it and change it. And again, I came across Niobe Comics, and I was like, this is a way I could do this. Nice. And so I just started trying to do it, and I asked Larry for some advice, and he was more than happy to help me. And it took, I think, 8 months to turn out Godslayer's episode 1.
Oh wow, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it seems like a lot that happens. We talked to Carissa a couple of weeks ago, and kind of the same thing, that she had what she said, like 1 million words typed out with conversations with her and her co-writer. And it's just amazing that it transitions, that happens, like you going from an anime script into a comic book,
right,
is really intriguing to me.
and I mean, I was expecting, so money was the reason that the whole script didn't wind up. So making comics can be a little expensive if you're not the artist or the letterer.
Yeah.
Or and I'm just the writer. I say just the writer, but I'm just the writer. The art's done by Mario A. Barraza, and it's fantastic. But I pay him per page,
Yeah.
And then covers for the books, and it adds up. And so like the script wound up being 49 pages, and the Waking the Godslayer storyline is two 24-page comic books.
Oh wow.
And I'm going to agree with you on the comment you just said. It is absolutely gorgeous. The first kind of the first thing that I noticed, like looking at the artwork before I even had a chance to read it, just looking at the artwork, it looks like anime, like,
Yeah.
and kind of it's exactly kind of where it is. Actually, I wrote a question specifically on this, and I'm gonna kind of just skip to it because I'm like really kind of just like intrigued by this. Let's see.
So in Mario wants to be an animator, like that's his dream. And so you see that in the Godslayers comic a lot. And he's done some 3D models of like Bella and some other stuff like that. And the guy's just crazy talented.
I mean, he is. I will agree with you on that. He is. So I was gonna say, like, I describe the universe as like kind of like Faerun meets like Japanese lore, right? And I was just kind of wondering, like, is that what you were going for? It feels very like medieval D&D, kind of like the way that the characters are kind of designed, but at the same time, a lot of like, especially like some of the verbiage, but then also a lot of just kind of like the lore that you see in there is very Japanese.
Yes, and so that comes from my love for anime. And I'll answer this James's question too. Like, I love writing and fantasy. Writing's always been my passion since I was little, and writing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan fiction.
Yeah,
like at like 6 or 7 years old. Like, and so yeah, the anime had touched it with like the Yama King instead of like demons and the Thousand Hells. And then the Kitsune. I really wanted to run with the Kitsune.
Yeah.
And so that touches on it. And then I just fantasy and sci-fi are what I write. And so it just kind of fell into that genre. I'm not really positive what Faerun is.
Faerun's the world that D&D lives in.
Okay. I had no idea. So, but yeah, just medieval fantasy is kind of my, I like monsters. I like, and modern time doesn't have, urban fantasy is a lot harder to work with for me. I like the medieval fantasy style and magic and monsters. And so it just came out that way.
Have you ever, speaking of urban fantasy, have you ever read the Dresden Files by chance?
I haven't read the Dresden Files, no. Have you ever read the October Day series?
No.
Okay, so that's a fairy style urban fantasy series that I love. Dresden Files, I think I've seen a couple of the TV episodes.
Don't compare the TV show to the book.
Is that something different though, or is it based on that?
It is based on that. It was a very short-lived, but essentially Harry Dresden is a wizard in Chicago, in present-day Chicago, and he still deals with all. Think of every cast and class and type of werewolf, vampire, everything in the supernatural world, and he's also a private eye. So he has to solve crimes that deal with stuff that's in the universe with type stuff, but he deals with very medieval magic too, though. It's all old school magic, but it's all set in Chicago.
But don't watch the show then, huh?
Don't watch the show.
So I'm a devout devourer of audiobooks, so I'll look into those.
James Marsters, Spike from Buffy, does the voice for reading.
Oh, okay.
So check that out. Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, as much as everybody's gonna hate on this reference, but Bright was again, I like the idea of how would these medieval kind of like fantasy characters fit in today's society.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting movie. It wasn't my favorite. I think they could have done other stuff with it, but it was an interesting concept.
I thought it was funny that that the orcs basically became like my people, basically became the Hispanics.
Hey Julie. So yeah, and this is a question that we ask a lot of our writers and stuff and artists, stuff like that, is, and James brings a good question, is what's it like collaborating with an artist, getting your vision that's in your head to have someone else draw it for you?
Okay, so Mario and I generally have a fantastic wavelength. So we struggled at first.
Mhm.
Mario was born in Mexico City. He lives in New Jersey. English is his second language. I I speak one language, so that guy's already got me beat tenfold. Okay, but so I'm gonna actually show you, and it's awful. Please don't tease me too much. But I actually storyboard and like draw my pages for
Okay.
Mario,
Yeah.
and then he comes back and draws them. And so usually all I have to do is communicate like facial expressions because I can't
Mhm.
draw them, and edits if I need them. Generally, we're pretty much on the same wavelength because of that. So
Awesome. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just like you doing the anime that you are storyboarding it out, and then he's able then to do the artistic vision and make your vision come to life too.
oh yeah, and he
It's
does a
awesome.
killer job. I think in Godslayer's episode 2, I think we had like 4 edits out of 24 pages. There wasn't much we had to change, you know? And so, yeah, I, he's usually right on the same wavelength as me.
That's dope.
And I love collaborating with artists. Like I get carried away with it, in fact. I tend to collect and spend money on art of my characters. I've worked with like Joel Souza. I have pictures for Godslayer's episode 3 and the book's not done yet. Like I already have print pictures. I've got 2 of the covers done already. Uh, I love having my stuff drawn. So all kinds of artists. I've gotten to work with Greg Bo Watson, Courtney Rose, Pete Vasquez. I've gotten to work with Anna Rajo, who is also known as Kimmy Parfait. You'll see me sharing her stuff all the time. She did like my Sexy Necromancer cover of Dust. Like I love working with artists. I have a cover for Godslayers 3 from Corey Barton. And then I have Elliot Rodriguez did one for me. And then I don't know if you know any of these names, but like these are all people I follow and love, like and share.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so
yeah. I mean, I'm not as deep as I can be into comic books. I'm sure Phil knows a lot more of those names than I do. But no, I do
Those names
enjoy.
I know.
Yeah, I do enjoy, and I really enjoyed the first 2, issues of this because I do enjoy good story, love good artwork. So I do appreciate everything that goes into it. I understand there's a lot of hard work because I have a buddy who did one comic, and it took him 2 years to get done.
and Godslayer's episode 2 took me a whole year, and I'm looking to try and cut that down with Godslayer's episode 3. I'd like to get it done a little faster.
So is this your first comic book?
It is. Yeah, I mean, in high school, I had a group of buddies, and I apologize for staring off. If I look at myself too long, I get nervous.
You're fine.
You're all good.
But I had a group of buddies, and we used to design characters. We were dead set we were going to sell to Marvel someday, and so we would just design characters and write their backstories and their powers and all of this stuff. And I still have like folders and folders of these characters stashed in boxes in my bedroom. But my taste has changed over the years, and so that's kind of changed what I wanted to work on.
Right. I actually have a buddy from high school that he wrote a really good vampire comic book. And it was like post Blade, so it was like really edgy and kind of like, just kind of very different from like regular vampire stuff. And he never went anywhere with it. And I kind of now just want to hit him up and be like, Andy, still got all that stuff from that comic you wrote?
Well, and I mean, I'm a prolific writer too. Like I write all the time. As a role player, I'm constantly writing stuff for my games. I'm constantly just writing short stories.
Mhm.
I mentioned Rafael Tavares earlier. Like he and I do these writing prompts with the Story Engine decks. And we'll do writing prompts back and forth and do little challenges with each other. And the last one I did, I'm like, I'm only going to write like 3 or 4 pages. And it wound up being 10 pages long.
Wow.
Like, And if I'm not, like, I've had a crazy schedule this last couple of weeks, working 15-hour days and working swing shift and then day shift and then swing shift, day shift. And so, but I generally write like between 4 and 24 pages a week
Oh wow.
Wow.
of anything. So
So
I'm
what?
just always writing.
So what influences do you have as a writer? Do you draw inspiration from other writers? Do you like their writing style, and you translate then into your writing stuff that maybe will translate then to Godslayer or any future projects you may have?
So I try not to do that. Like if I start to feel like I'm getting excited about someone else's project and being like, oh, I could do something like this, I'll actually put it aside and be like, nope, it's sullying my imagination. And so and James, when I write, I just tend to put fingers to keyboard or pen to paper and let it come out. So even with Godslayers, like I have kind of a rough outline and an idea of where I'm going, but it's even as I'm just putting it down on paper, it's changing slightly, you know. And
So you're a by the seat of your pants kind of guy.
Yes, I am. I'll even sometimes be like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, and just start writing and get a paragraph or two in, and then I'm 10 pages later, I'm like, I know what this story is. And so
That's awesome. Yeah,
go for it.
I was saying I wish I could do that. My co-host, he writes short stories, and I call him my wordsmith. He does a lot of writing for me, and it's something I can't do. If it's technical papers, I can write those all day. I do IT, so I can write 60-page technical papers, but like creativeness, I can't do that.
Isn't that when we were talking to Dylan last week? Isn't that something that he was talking about like people the seat by the seat of their pants versus people who will outline a story first?
Yeah,
and he was just like talking about like he has to outline things, but he has so much respect for guys that can write by the seat of their pants. So,
and to be fair, like I have a rough outline of like the basic storylines, you know, like my next set of stories is called The Walls of Jericho, and it follows the storyline of the character Jericho Tolson in the books.
Okay.
The angry guy with the metal arm.
Yeah.
And
Jericho is probably one of the coolest looking characters.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that dude, man.
I love that dude too. But he's right now he's just enraged. He's having a bad time, and I mean he's the one who killed the Godslayer in his original form before when he was the vessel for Mastema and released Mastema on the world, and in doing so lost his arm, and then he kind of got a bad rap for that because people blame him for the fact that now there's a Yama King loose on the world, and all these Black Knights were born after that, and the Black Knights are what you call all those weird monsters I have. They just call them the Black Knights.
Okay.
And then on top of that, like his daughter died recently in oh man, I'm gonna tell you story stuff in
because he's an angry dude, man. Like
yes. So his daughter died recently in Terra Reeve, and she's lauded for saving the town, but there's some sketchy stuff to go with it, and he's joined Dust, but he hasn't joined Dust. Like he's there as Bella's guardian, and Bella's joined Dust, and so he's there, but it's not where he would choose to be, you know.
Gotcha.
Right.
And that's what at the end of Waking the Godslayer, he walks away.
And I can see that because I mean, like he was not happy when they talked about waking the Godslayer up.
Well, and he had the opinion, if we're getting the Godslayer sword and you found a way to wield it, excellent, because he's already seen, you know, with his own hand that it could bring the Godslayer down. But finding out that they were waking up the monster that he had killed, you know, not happy about it.
Right.
So how many issues do you see this run are going? And you talk about a different run with Jericho, right?
So Waking the Godslayer was 2. I'm trying to do Walls of Jericho in 3 episodes, but if it becomes more than that, I'm not going to cry, you know?
Right.
So, because I really want to kind of tell, so Godslayers 3 introduces my villains. It introduces Mastema. It introduces Valbane. It introduces Lucinda Spellbinder, who's important. It introduces Psychorax, which is Mastema's witch and alchemist. And then it tells a story of Jericho and the death of his daughter and what's going on with Tara Reeve. And so if it winds up being longer than 3 episodes, I'm not gonna cry. I may make the books a little longer but that's all gonna depend on how my finances operate too, you know.
Right.
Do you have a Kickstarter going right now for the third book?
Nope, it's not ready yet. I think we're 8 pages into the third book right now.
Okay.
I've got some covers and I've got 8 pages.
Okay. No, I'm only asking because it's like, hey, do we have something that we can like tell all of our viewers and listeners to go to? You know.
Nope,
Yeah.
I want to put together a trade and cover gallery for the Waking the Godslayer storyline and put that out there, 48 pages, and then some covers and some other art, because I have artists who've done art for me that I haven't even got to show their stuff off yet, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'd love to get some of that out there, but I'm learning the trade setup and trying to get it ready myself. So it's a process. And then between setting up for my very first Comic-Con, which Silver Age was, and then my work schedule the last few weeks, I haven't really gotten it finished yet.
Right.
And I'm waiting on my second cover for the trade. So
Okay.
Nice. Well, you said this is you know Silver Age was your first Comic-Con. What's your reception been like? You know, you're there, and what have you heard in the general public with people reading the comic?
What do you mean?
Like you went to you had your books at Silver Age, right?
Right.
Yeah. So did people have the reception for it? Did they like, oh man, this is awesome, because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, lots of people like the art, but I haven't actually gotten any reviews back from anybody, or most people say, oh yeah, this looks really cool, I'm gonna read it, and then they never tell me. So
versus us who have actually read it and we can tell.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I have some people close to me who've read it and are like, this is great. Like Christopher Brown, he and I share stuff all the time, between his Slaughterville stuff and Godslayers, and that guy is really great support for me when it comes to my creation, and I hope I'm the same for him. But I haven't gotten a lot of my mentors caught me on Godslayers episode 1 and told me my lettering the first time around looked bad and that I needed to get it done professionally. But I haven't gotten a lot of reviews on the story and stuff.
Interesting. All right. Where can people leave reviews for you? Because I'm gonna leave them.
Yeah.
Now so for some reason, James, people get me unicorns. I have a bunch of them. And then up there I have a ceramic one. Unicorns and pigs. So I have a karate pig behind me too, and like a monster pig. I don't really do stuff. I don't do anything crazy with
awesome.
I don't do anything crazy with stuffed animals, but people get them for me because I like The Last Unicorn is my all-time favorite movie. That and Stardust.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Gaiman's Stardust.
Yes.
And so people get me unicorns. You can find me on Facebook at Tenebris Anima Comics or at Gage the Wolf. On Twitter, I'm Gage the Wolf. And on Instagram, I'm Gage the Wolf. And on TikTok now, I'm Gage the Wolf. But I'm just getting started.
Oh, let's talk about the name, man. Tenebris Anima. So I know Tenebris is darkness, right?
Yes.
In Latin. So tell us about the name, man. How did you come up with the name? And kind of like, is there more meaning? Maybe even personally.
So when Mario and I were there is tons of merch. I have stickers, I have prints. I was selling them at the con. Sorry, I'm answering James.
Carissa, the queen of merch.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near Carissa. That lady's got some crazy merch. Like, I love her stuff. Oh man, I got distracted by the merch question. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Phil.
We were saying,
you-
how did you come up with 10%
Yeah.
anima?
So when we were picking the name for the comic company, I wanted Dark Souls, but I wanted Tenebris Anima, and Anima is soul or aura or spirit in Latin, and then Tenebris is shadow or darkness. And Mario and I kind of talked it back and forth, and we did a couple of we did a Japanese version of it, which I can't remember. I have the logo saved somewhere, and we did a Latin version of it in case, and then I picked the Tenebris Anima and sent it in to get it trademarked. It's been a year, and I'm just now getting my trademark stuff done. Not that I haven't been working on it. I sent it in a year ago, but they're just getting through all the paperwork it takes to get it done.
Right.
And it's a process, man. It's crazy. And then like I had to prove I was using it, and then I'm selling products with it on it, and at first they're like, "Oh, can you take a picture of the display?" And I'm like, "I don't have a display, man. I sell these online." So through Kickstarter. But Tenebris Anima is Dark Souls. I was a little worried I was going to be able to get it because of the game Dark Souls,
Yeah.
but
Right.
apparently using Latin let
There
me
you
slide
go.
through.
What's funny is so I have a Sith character that is named Tenebris Ferrum, which is the Dark Blade,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
and that just kind of like jumped at me when I saw the name of the comic company. I was like, ooh, I can relate to this name.
And then the 9-point star on there, that's actually also Dust's necklace.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
And it has to do with the 9 gods of the realm. And of that, eight were killed. And that's why the circle's open at the top on his necklace, because the 9th god still lives.
Nice.
That's dope. See, I love Easter eggs and lore and stuff like that. That's dope.
Yeah, I'll get into that lore and stuff too, because eventually I really want to delve into Dust's storyline. But all that's gonna depend like on how long Mario wants to stay involved. Like I said, his pursuit is to be an animator, and if he reaches his dream, I'm not gonna hold him back and be like, "You're anchored down to do God Slayers." Like, so I hope he stays on as long as I'm going, but you know, I can't fault someone if they are chasing their dreams, because that's what I'm doing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, but I really want to get into Dust's storyline. He's got a really in-depth storyline that has to do with dying and going to the Thousand Hells and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Right, because you mentioned that in book 1, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, there's like a slight mention of like that he had been there before, and that
So
how he knew his way around.
Hopefully you can see my love of anime in book 1 and 2 too, where like
Absolutely.
you flick little nuggets of story at people, boom, 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 and hope they catch them, and then later on, like as you're getting into the series, that's when you slam them with all that storyline you hinted at in the beginning.
Right. See, like I like it was something that I think I have another question written about that, like specifically, like, you know, the characters do feel like very anime inspired, and like the humor and the actions. I mean, like, you know, I was gonna ask if that's intentional. Obviously, we know that is. But like, you know, so that happened organically, right? Like you kind of wrote the characters specifically for an anime, right?
Yeah. So when I originally started Godslayers, it was just Dust and the Godslayer. And I realized like and that wasn't writing, that was just designing the character and kind of like designing who Dust was, because it started with Dust. It started with the Necromancer and
right, because you get to tell a story of a good necromancer.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other characters kind of grew up around him. Like Akara, she's a half-breed, like half Nezumi, half human. And so like and Nezumi would be like a rat person.
Yeah.
And then Bella she's kind of my shout out to Sailor Moon, because I was a big fan of that when I was a kid, and you can kind of see that in her costume, you know. But I want Bella to both be like vulnerable and like love dust, but also kick ass.
She definitely
know?
kicks ass.
Yes.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
she does, like, again, and she was the one of the characters that that very much reminded me of anime, because she's, you know, she's got like very anime like kind of sensibilities, and her humor, like the kind of like the jokes that she jumps out with and things like that. But yeah, like, I mean, she's definitely a attention grabbing character.
Yeah.
Both in her look, and it's not, her look really wasn't the thing that was the attention grabbing thing for me.
Phil.
No,
She does
it's the
grab
way-
attention with her look.
she does definitely grab attention with her look, but I mean, the character itself is an interesting character.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
James wants to talk production.
Yes.
That has been a crazy learning process for me. So when I started building Godslayers, I just jumped in head first and had no idea what I was doing. And so like
most
the
of us.
production stuff through Godslayers episode 1, I was learning as I bumped into walls, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I published through Comics Wellspring. I breaking down my PDFs and getting all that stuff ready was all a new process for me. And like I said, at the time I was on an iPhone 7S. And so like I had to talk someone into helping me out with a computer so I could actually get that stuff prepped for that. And then we did in Godslayers episode 2, I did foil covers. In Godslayers episode 1, I had a sketch cover because people like that stuff.
Yeah.
I a lot. And I'm kind of sad I didn't do that with Godslayers episode 2 also. But I only have like 4 of those left from Godslayers
wow.
episode 1.
Oh, wow.
And then but this time I wanted to do the foil covers, and so I have the printable foils and I got the monochrome because I couldn't decide which one I liked better.
So
And so I just got them both. And so that was fun. And I didn't really have to do anything special. I just took the art for the Godslayer variant done by Pete Vasquez and sent it to them, and they just foiled that sucker up for me. The monochrome's really cool looking. The printable too, but monochrome's my favorite. And then marketing, man. Marketing has been a learning experience because my main marketing has been so I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you paid attention to my Facebook at all, but I'm a share monster. Like if you're an indie creator and I see your stuff and I think it looks cool, I share it right away. If I support you as a person, I share it. So I just share the heck out of people's projects, and I've had the good fortune that's earned me some reciprocation from people. I did some of my marketing on Twitter. With Godslayers episode 1, I actually bought a couple of the boosts for
the
Tenebrous
boost.
Anima's page, but I didn't see a lot of difference between Godslayers episode 2 and episode 1 based on those boosts.
Right.
I tried to get into a local comic shop with Godslayers episode 1 and had like a really hey, I'm gonna need you to not do that, dog. I had kind of a bad experience with that, and but there's another local comic shop that I intend to put my books up in, but my work schedule's been holding me back from actually getting them there recently. And then for marketing a comic book, man, just talk about it all the time to everybody.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like I'll tell people, like, I'm sorry, I know you're not really interested in comics, but like I'm my publisher and my marketer, so like that's why I'm talking about it, because I never know when I'm gonna hit that guy who'll be like, bring me one, you know?
Oh yeah.
And so my marketing has been Facebook sharing, Twitter sharing, a little bit of Instagram, because I didn't really learn that very well. I'm not real great with getting the pictures up. I'm better with talking in the words, as you can tell by what I just said. I want to do some TikTok stuff, so I'm trying to learn that, and at least get me out there a little bit more, because I'm realizing that as an indie creator, you know, I'm selling it as much as the book's selling itself, you know.
Right.
But the Comic-Con was fun. Like I had a blast there. And so I'm looking forward to doing more of those.
Yeah,
And
that's comic creator haven right there.
Yeah.
well, and for me, like I thought I was going to be scared and nervous, and I was, but at the same time, like we had a raffle, and I was just out there shouting to sell raffle tickets, and a lot of people were impressed by my hype, and I had a lot of fun.
I'm sure that's how James found you too. So
James was cool to talk to. Like he came up to my booth and talked a little bit about Godslayers and shook my hand, and thanks, James. Like I worked hard on that. Like
I mean,
on
we're
my
always looking for like new people to help promote and things like that. Like we love boosting up indie creators as much as we can.
Yeah. They helped boost me up. I just started a podcast last year, and they brought me on October last year.
Yeah.
I haven't left.
And we're hoping that he never leaves, but we know that's not something that we have any control over.
So I haven't been approached by an agent or anything like that. I've had some people who do marketing offer to help me out with that. The guy who does Keeping It Geekly, a guy named Cody, really cool guy. I've been on his podcast with Godslayers episode 1. He was I wouldn't say the first one, because I'm always, like I said, I'm on Rebel Comics with Larry Higgins and Niobe pretty regularly. But that's one of the things I've been trying to do, is just regularly get on shows. I hang out with Christopher Brown when I can on Laughing Rogue stuff, and then I'm pretty regularly on The Bitten Apple with Rafael Tavares, and I want to call him Nathan Boo, but I think that's what he just calls himself in the thing. And then Anthony is on there, and that's where we do like our writing prompts and stuff like that. And really, I'm just trying to get I hate having my face out there. I'm so nervous. Like normally when I'm on these, I'm hidden behind my stop cam, my picture of Dust with this guy. Oh wait, I think it kicked me off.
Here. You're here. We just don't see your camera.
Okay, so I was trying to show the picture, but instead it kicked me off.
Because I have it set for there's a reason I have it set so that when you turn your camera off, it keeps your audio on the screen.
Yeah,
totally set a trap for me.
I know. Mainly because that way I can turn off my camera when we're like starting everything off at the beginning, and like I still have audio going and everything like that. So.
See, and this is some of the stuff I want to learn too, like, because I'm trying to get the hang of, I want to get better equipment. I'm trying to get like an office set up where I can actually do this stuff. Like right now I'm sitting in a corner of my living room. No one can use my TV. If my dog barks at passing neighbors, you hear. I want to get all my nerd stuff up behind me, And, And I have like tons of pops from My Hero Academia and Trigun and Fruit Basket and Sword Art Online and Spider-Man stuff. And
nice. Yeah, we give away all kinds of that stuff at cons too. So it's like,
So, I mean, I want to know, this is a question I'd like to ask a lot of people, because it is, speaking of, Marvel and Spider-Man, the whole shared universe type thing is, the hot thing to do. Have you thought about a shared universe with every character branching off different groups of people? Because really, when I read these, they really felt like a D&D party to me that exists in the world. Do you have ever plans for like growth of other groups in the same world?
No, I really just want to tell these guys a story, the Godslayer story. And I have another comic I want to do. I kind of tried to get it started, and I had some trouble getting it off the ground, and it's still something I have that I'm writing and I have on the back burner. And then I've done some writing for another comic that I actually need to get back to writing, but I've been so crazy busy it's someone else's book, and I'm scripting it in comic format for them, called Lee Croy, that a guy named Ryan I know is working on, and I've actually fallen way behind on that. So I need to get back to that. And then I have like a little one-shot comic I want to do. there's stuff I want to do, but I'm also just trying to take it slow. And making comics are expensive, man.
Yeah.
And I'm paying out of pocket, and then all of my Kickstarter pretty much goes to printing and helping me get started with art for the next one. You know,
Right.
I have yet to have a Kickstarter fund the whole process. You know, and so my first Kickstarter, I had a nice angel backer, and that helped me a little bit. But after printing, after shipping, like after paying my artist, because Mario, I pay him another 10% after the Kickstarter. So I pay him per page, and then I pay him another 10% after the Kickstarter. After cover artists and all of that stuff.
Right.
Like, and then investing in my computer, I didn't have anything left. And so Godslayers 2 again is completely funded by me. And then Godslayers 2, I don't want to tell people how shy we fell of covering that one. But I had a lot of extra stuff done, like stickers, and we didn't reach the stretch goals for the stickers. Print artwork, and we didn't reach the stretch goals for the print artwork. So I have a bunch of extra stuff that I took to the con. But I didn't sell that stuff with the Kickstarter. So, and then my investment in the con, people don't know, like your banner, your tablecloth, like the equipment to hang my prints.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, the booth, like that's an investment.
Yes.
And I made my table cost back, but I didn't make my cost for my whole investment back. And so I'm hoping I'm doing another con in August. It's going to be like a small one out in Elko. I'm hoping that I'll make a little bit of that too. You know, once I cover my banner and my tablecloth,
right,
I'm making a little money. Like, so right now I'm building a fan base. You know, I'm investing in it. Most companies don't get into the black for a while, you know?
Right. I can tell you all about that, man, because you know, we've been doing this show for 2 years and it's been hemorrhaging money, but I do it because I enjoy it, you know? So it's, I'm sure you do the same thing. You do this because you enjoy doing it.
I love it. I love it. There's nothing cooler than holding your comic in your hand.
Oh yeah.
So I know I want to, this is, you know, a question that came up to my mind was, you know, you talked about this was going to be originally an anime thing, and would you, you know, when the story's all done, we have, or continuing, I don't know how long you want to keep doing this, the story of these characters, would you want this to be then created into an anime after the fact, after your story's all done?
When my story is all done, yes. Once my original story's out there and no changes anyone can make to it, no changes anyone can make to it will change my story. Yes, I would love that.
Would that be kind of like a good full circle for you then?
I'd be dancing in the street. Like, to be honest, like, who wouldn't, you know, if your IP got picked up for something like that? Like, my mentors are printing with Antarctic Press and they're over the moon. Like, I can't imagine even being like published by a publishing company yet.
Right.
So.
That would be cool too. Like just for the entire book to get picked up by a publishing company too.
Mm-hmm.
So James, I have one. It's Gage the Wolf. I'm just not super active on it. I need to get on there and start posting the stuff I'm posting on Tenebris Anima on my Instagram too.
Yeah, and I tagged you in something a while back, and it was like, yeah, he's not. He doesn't look
I'm so terrible at keeping up on social media because at the time when I would be sitting around doing social media stuff, I'm writing or role playing or working. Like I have an 8-hour day job. You know, and so
we know.
And people, I don't think people understand. Like when you're doing comic book stuff and you're out there trying to get people's eyes on your stuff, that becomes another job.
Yep.
Like it's you spend 4 or 5 hours on there before anyone notices. You know.
Yeah, this podcast is exactly that. Yeah, this podcast is exactly that. You know, we like, and it's all of my time that I'm not working, I'm putting into this show. And whatever time is left after that, this kind of sucks to say, but whatever time is left after that, it goes to my wife. So it's like,
Yes, Phil knows I do a few things on the side from my regular work.
Yeah,
a lot. But I also feel your pain because I was also a home brewer forever. And I had started a brewery a couple years ago. I'm trying to do that again, and I understand like that investment into yourself is painful to see happen. But once you get that product out there and you can see it, you know, use comic books for me is watching people drink the beer that I make. It's elation. It really is.
I need your beer.
Yes, you do. You do. So
my brother Steve used to brew beer in our house with his beer brewing kit, and it always smelled like pizza afterwards. Like
yes,
pizza
yeast.
dough.
Yeah, yeast, absolutely.
So I think the thing I learned about myself was I'm not afraid to bump into walls and just try to keep going or fall down and get back up. My storytelling that I need to learn to focus it a little better. I tend to work on a project and 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 then try to come back to this one. And I do that all the time. And so I've really had to learn to narrow down my my focus, you know? Like I try to allot a certain amount of time every day to working on stuff, and then I try to make, hey, here's my schedule for this week. I have to do this much of Godslayers before I can play. Or I have to do this much of this other project before I can play. You know, and then my playing is also writing, but it's writing just crazy stories on the side. And then as for my writing style, like it's a different world writing something for a comic book than it is trying to short story write or novel style write.
Right.
Like learning to kind of try and trim the fat a little bit, you know, get the point across and let the pictures tell their parts of the story.
Right.
It's a whole new experience.
Wow. And yes, James, that was a shameless plug. I have no shame, James. Come on. I didn't say what I do. It may be right above me, but yeah.
We've lost our shame a long time.
Oh, yeah.
If you're doing this indie and you have shame, you're not going to get anywhere.
There you go.
You got to be willing to, hey, I'm walking through the supermarket and that guy stopped to talk to me for 5 seconds. Oh, by the way, I do comics.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'm not joking. Like, I have to, like, because you never know who's going to be interested.
Right.
Or who's a fellow creator that you can bounce stuff off of.
Oh, I do it at work all the time. I'm always telling people, oh, you like nerd stuff? All right, check it out. Check out the podcast.
I do that too. I just met a guy at work the other day who produces music. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Because I know people who could use music for like the beginning of podcasts or YouTube channels and stuff like that. I can hook you up with people who are looking for that. You know, I may be looking for that in the future, you know? So you never know.
Yeah, you just see Phil in the grocery store. Hey man, you want some Dubby? Get some Dubby for you.
It's usually like this. Hold on, let me change my camera. Usually like, hey man, you want some Dubby?
I'm not to the point of where I'm walking around with it, fanning myself with the comic yet to make sure people see it or anything.
I got Dubby, man. If you need some Dubby, I got some Dubby, man. I got some Dubby for you, man.
And I'm finding it's getting a little easier to break out of my shell as I'm going to, because I used to be super like shut in. Like I would work, I would come home, I would do my own thing. Like I've never been a bar hopper or a club goer or anything like that, you know, and social situations make me nervous, like legitimately anxious.
You have social anxiety. My wife has social anxiety.
Yeah,
I do too. So
I'm getting better and better at breaking out of that. And once I can get in the zone, like I was at the con, like I'm good to go. But a lot of times it's just breaking through the shy moment first to get there.
Right. Oh man, I'm excited for more issues to come out. I really am. Like I said, I've had this wonderful opportunity here at Distance Learning to talk to people like you and other indie comic creators, and it's just I love hearing the process. I love hearing your experiences with everything because my wordsmith I have, my buddy, my co-host, writes short stories and sci-fi, and I think he should do it into comics as well. do you have any advice that I'd be able to give him to say, hey, you may not have this whole, world building that you want right now, but I think it'd be a good thing to translate into a comic. Do you have anything I could pass on to him?
Do it. Like, I mean, it's great if he just do it. Like, honestly,
Mhm.
the best advice I can give is storyboard it if it's something
Mhm.
he's interested in doing, or script it and talk to artists. Get concept work done first. See if it's
Yeah.
something. Once concept work will get him excited. Like, if he digs his characters, if he gets super excited and talks to you about his characters a
Oh
lot,
yeah.
oh yeah, get a piece of artwork of one of his characters. Oh man. Oh man. Like, that's my new addiction is
Mhm.
artwork of the characters. I love it. Like, if someone does, oh, I got a $20 deal, I'll be like, yeah, let me see what you got. Like, here's my character. Like, and then other stuff too. Like, for Godslayers episode 3, I just grabbed an artist the other day. I saw a comic book comic book cover he did for someone else, and I'm like, I want you. And so, like, I hit him up, and Godslayers 3 will have a cover done by him, and but just do it. And like I said, if he gets a couple concept pieces, he's gonna get excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if
I
it's
can.
something he's even remotely interested in, a couple concept pieces will get him excited.
Oh yeah, like I said, he loves writing. I'm unfortunately, my face is the face of what we do, so um, no one knows what his face looks like. So he likes to keep that way. So if he does that path, I'll probably do all the promoting for him because somehow I'm more of a people person, which is really odd.
Yeah, definitely send me stuff on Facebook if you do,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'll check it out too.
Yeah, and James wants to know where you live. No,
So
we need more people who because we need cartoons of the people who are on our show.
Yes,
like the hosts and everything like that, because we want to do an animated opening.
So do you guys know? Oh, you need actual like animated cartoons.
Well, no, we need the concept characters though. Like we need like an original artwork of our characters, so that way we can have somebody animate that. Like,
are you looking for like chibi style?
I mean, we don't know what we're looking for. We just want something original.
Yeah, check out Pete Vasquez, or check out Kimmy Parfaits on Facebook. You'll see me sharing their stuff all the time. Kimmy does. Check out Myona's Doodles. She did all my chibi stickers. If you've seen any of those on my Tenebris Anima page, she did all of those chibis. So I know some people who do that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am based in Reno. I'm part of a very small group of 3 people. We're trying to expand it, called the Indie Creator Underlords.
Ooh.
We're trying to put together a whole group, like a network of creators who do all kinds of different stuff, and so that we always have people to bounce ideas off of, or to help us, find other creative outlets and stuff like that. I'm doing, I think it's called Pop. So I didn't sign me up for it. ICU is signed up for it. I'll get the information though, and I'll post it on Tenebris Anima Comics after the show. But I'm doing another con in Elko with Sketchy Guy, who was at the con with me. He was my the guy who was sharing my booth, Cameron.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to answer James's questions, and I lost track of it.
Yeah. What other shows you're doing?
And I'm gonna go as far as I can go. Like,
okay.
So, like, I would really love, like I said, I do the Bit and Apple TV with Rafael Tavares all the time, and Nathan and Tony, and they're out in New York City. And so I'm like I'm like on the West Coast, and they're all out in New York. I would love to eventually be able to do like a New York Comic Con, or a small one around that area, or something, just where I can go and actually hang out with those guys and have a booth at a con. That would be amazing. And then like everyone's all excited about San Diego. That would be great to do someday, And I'm just, as far as it'll take me. I'll keep going, and as far as it'll take me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're talking about you're the underground group, and with who we had on, he's part of a larger network of horror movie producers and writers, and it's great to have that support. I think to bounce ideas and everything like that too.
Right.
I think that's great that you're able to find people like that and then do that. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, it's really hard too to find local people who are doing that. But I've found artists, and it's mainly the thing is getting everybody together to actually meet. So we meet every Saturday at 9, but there are only 2 of us who are there every Saturday. So it's really hard getting. It's like trying to build a role playing group. Getting everyone there is a pain.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with right now, and I'm actually part of the problem. So
you are.
James, best taco spot in Reno Sparks is I think it's got a weird name. Daddy's Tacos.
Yeah.
It used to be a taco truck, but now it's a restaurant, and they're bomb.
Chando's Tacos out here started. Chando's Tacos here in Sacramento used to be just a taco truck. Now they have places everywhere. They're like straight up franchised around here. They're famous for their they make a taco shell out of cheese.
Yes, please. You're talking to a Dutch guy. Yeah, I'm all on board for that.
Most things made out of cheese are fantastic.
Oh, everything. James wants you to come to Sacramento and then go to Boise.
I like to travel, so I don't have an issue with that. I like to drive. So last year around Christmas time, like my wife had to talk me down off the ledge. I was like, I'm taking the 39-hour trip to drive to New York. And she was like, calm down. And she's like, we'll go to New York in April. And so I made my first visit to New York since I was like 7 years old and lived in New Jersey. So, but I was ready. I was like primed to get in the car and just drive. Like I like traveling. So
let's go. We're going to New York. Let's go.
I'm that guy though. I would. My wife hates travel. So that's like, she's like, I'll travel
next week.
She's like, I'll travel if I can get on a plane, take a sleepy time pill, and wake up wherever we're going.
I like taking a sleepy time pill, but I'm the one that has to drive.
Well, I'm talking about she likes to fly.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I'll drive forever. I love it.
There you go. James also wants to know what's the best buffet in Reno?
Best buffet in Reno. That's a hard one for me because I'm not a super big fan of buffets.
Buffets.
So, because I can't eat that much food. Like you pay Reno prices for a buffet, and then I eat like 1.5 plates, and I'm like, where'd all my money go? And so, but so they have one that's like a meat place called Churrasco's that's really good. And then I like when my wife and I do the buffet, we like to go to the one at the GSR.
Oh, GSR is always fun.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Damn Reno's buffet.
Damn Reno's buffet. Oh, Say Wong.
Say Wong always a fun guy. So I got a really, really, really hard question because we're since now we're jumping into the wrap up questions. James can ask a question in the chat instead of letting us ask it.
Just come to the show, James.
I know. Just come
yeah,
on
no
the show, James.
Where is that guy?
He's playing Super Dad on Thursdays, so he just watches the show.
He's also afraid of the beard. So
he is afraid of the beard.
We're not allowed to be on the same
It is
show
intimidating,
at the same time.
very imposing,
isn't it? No, right? So who would win in a fight, Dust or John Constantine?
Why'd you have to pick Constantine? I love that character.
That's the point. I always pick similar characters, and it's like who would win in a fight because it's like, yeah, I mean, Dust is a necromancer straight up, but John Constantine's like
Dust isn't just a necromancer because as you see, he shoots the flames in the first one. They call him the Sanguine Sorcerer. Necromancy is just one of his mastered skills. And so he's kind of got a cheat code where he's learned that by using blood as a as a conduit, he's managed to teach himself other forms of magic that aren't his family's kind of claim to fame. But I don't know. I want to say Dust but Constantine's a BA, dude. Like the devil hasn't
Yeah.
seen him yet, so I don't know what to say about that.
The reason I chose John Constantine because he's a badass.
I love that character. Like Keanu Reeves' John Constantine's like one of my favorite films, like right up there. So like I have a collection of movies that are like when my kids were growing up, that was the dad shelf. You didn't touch those ones without talking to dad, because if something happened to him, I was going to be mad. And that included like Stardust, The Last Unicorn, Scott Pilgrim, Constantine, my Die Hard set, because I'm a huge Bruce Willis fan. I love Bruce Willis.
Hey, it's the best Christmas movie ever.
It is.
It is. I watched it on Christmas Eve even before people were calling it a Christmas movie. Like, so, and then Paranorman, just because I'm a nerd and I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
And I think there's one other one. Actually, Sky High and Mystery Men, and that was my dad.
Yeah, Mystery Men.
I love that movie.
One of the best comic book movies that wasn't based on a comic ever.
So, Bill, what is his name? The actor, Ben Stiller's character in that?
Yes.
So if you've ever played a White Wolf game, if you play Vampire the Masquerade, they have a trait called self-control. Okay? Where if you roll that to keep from going into a rage. And I always told everyone, no, he's like the most powerful superhero. His problem is he has to go berserk, and his self-control is a 7.
Right.
Like he has a 7 self-control when the max is 5. And so he can't lose it to get his powers.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going back onto the Constantine talk. So as much as I love Keanu Reeves and I was, I didn't hate that movie. I'm more of a Matt Ryan guy. I felt like Matt Ryan just covered that character perfectly.
Yeah,
how many people like since he's not watching it, is he? Because I can shake my head and he won't know.
Keanu knows though.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is Matt Ryan, like he played the character perfectly. That, and he's British like he's supposed to be. He's definitely fucking smoking a chimney.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, I do love Keanu Reeves' version of it. I mean, I don't fault him on making him American, because the last time he tried to do a British character, it sucked. But I mean, like, I love Matt Ryan just because I feel like Matt Ryan, like, he is Constantine.
So, see, I haven't seen that one. Keanu was my Constantine. I loved it.
He's my Constantine too. So
okay, so I'll watch the other one and I'll give you some feedback on that.
You don't count. You like bad movies.
That's very true. I do love bad movies.
I'm not a bad movies fan.
Yeah.
Then did you like the new Flash?
Flash was good. Flash was actually good. Flash was actually good.
If your longtime listeners know that I have just such passion for DC, everything DC. I just consume all things DC. That's a complete lie.
No. So Matt Ryan is the guy who played Constantine in all of the Arrowverse stuff. Like, well,
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah.
Stuff. Like, he ended up being in the Arrowverse stuff. It didn't start off in the Arrowverse, but eventually did. Yeah. But they had a Constantine TV show, and Matt Ryan played that Constantine, and he was dead on. And I was very sad that they didn't, because it was NBC. NBC cancels everything after the first season. I was
Everyone has different tastes, Cam. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. They didn't. They didn't. I remember they were talking about rebranding it and putting it on Sci-Fi and calling it Hellblazer after, like, the comic book.
Yeah.
But they never ended up doing it. And it was kind of upsetting. But, like, he showed up in Arrow, which was kind of cool. It was like a little Easter egg kind of thing. And then he was back on Legends of Tomorrow. And, like, again, his John Constantine is perfect. If you're a fan of the comics, most people will agree with that.
So is he just? So where does he play Constantine? Just on TV stuff, or
on TV stuff? Yeah.
okay.
Oh, and then all the animated stuff in like the last couple of years, he's played John Constantine.
So that's where I think DC hits the mark. I love their animated stuff.
Yeah.
Under the Red Hood is
yeah.
one of my all-time favorite animated Batman movies.
Did you see Dark Justice League then?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Matt Ryan plays Constantine in Dark Justice League.
It's a good argument.
It's still not Kiana, so I don't know what to say. I think they actually have a couple of good DC Constantine cartoons where he's not mixed up with the Justice League too. So
yeah, and like I said, like every animated version of Constantine that you see, Matt Ryan does the voice too. So he has that continuity where he's playing the live action version as far as like not Keanu Reeves' movie. But he's also he does all that the voice acting for it, and the like I said, the dude is perfect when it comes to John Constantine.
I mean, we got asked that we have to ask if you're a big Neil Gaiman fan, yeah?
Oh yeah.
So what do you think of, was it Joanna Constantine? Did you watch the Sandman TV show?
No.
Okay.
I won't do that. I don't trust a lot of that stuff. So Netflix tricked me. They tricked me. I watched Death Note.
Oh,
they tricked me. They're not getting me again.
The only
you only get me once.
Yeah, the only good thing about Death Note was the way he looked, but that's about it.
The great thing about Death Note was just the Willem Dafoe is Shinigami. That was it.
Yeah, like Willem Dafoe as Shinigami was like the only good thing about that entire thing, but everything else sucked. The story, the way that they flipped everything, no, that was bad. Now, Sandman was written by Neil Gaiman, the show.
Yeah.
So Neil Gaiman, every change that's in there was intentional. He actually said on Twitter, because somebody was all getting kind of like all pissed off about the Joanna Constantine thing, and he said, "I never said that I gender bended John Constantine. You know, I changed the story." But that's not to say that John Constantine doesn't exist in this universe. And he was saying, I guess he confirmed that Joanna Constantine that we see in the show is basically John's cousin.
Okay.
Interesting.
And that at some time, somewhere down the line, we may see John Constantine in the show.
I mean, Eric agrees with us, Phil, that Keanu is everybody's Constantine. So that's it. I'm making who's the best Constantine bracket. We're going to do this.
17 brackets of, okay, so Keanu Reeves versus Matt Ryan. All right, now next bracket, Keanu Reeves versus Matt Ryan.
Yep. Yes.
Speaking of bracket, we got about 30 minutes left. So real quick before we do the bracket here. So what's next for you? And then where can everybody follow you and learn more about your everything that you're doing, man?
So I'm looking to put out the Waking the Godslayer as a trade, which would be the first 2 issues and the cover art. And then I'm working on Godslayer's episode 3 and telling the Jericho and the Jericho storyline in the Walls of Jericho. And you can find me at Tenebris Anima Comics on Facebook, or at Gage the Wolf on Facebook. You can find me at Gage the Wolf on Twitter, Instagram, and I'm not really on TikTok yet. I'm kind of learning TikTok, but I'll get there eventually.
I don't know the TikTokies.
I'll get there eventually. There's some stuff I want to try out on there. So,
like, I don't know. I'm like James. I don't know the TikTokies.
Nope. Too old.
I mean, I do some TikToks every now and then. Our TikToks are pretty funny, man.
They are.
I don't know why we don't have more people who follow our TikTok, but it is what it is.
I feel like I'm too old too, but at the same time, like if you want to market, you have to try. The worst I can do is the same thing I did with Instagram, where I'll get on there and I'll try a little bit and I'll be like, I don't know if this is for me. At some point, I might get someone to run my Instagram for me.
Yes, we need a social media manager in general.
If only you knew someone that did marketing.
I know, right?
If only
we knew somebody who worked in marketing. But for some reason, I still do all the marketing. So I mean, just
yeah. Look, there he is, Tiki Talkies. Yeah.
So all right, let's get into this bracket. I don't know if you want to stick around for the bracket. We're gonna be talking all DC and Matt Ryan, but
I'm in.
All right, let's do this then.
Do it, man.
All right, so
am I allowed to kill my camera at this point, though?
If you want, man. Like I said, we're taking you off the big part, and now it's just gonna be me building Lego.
Every bracket can only be counted or rewrite. I agree, Eric. Yeah, I agree.
Disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can hear you.
Hold on. Go ahead. I'm gonna put your avatar up.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, just to catch everyone up, where we were, how many weeks has it been since we've done the bracket?
It's been like 3 weeks, man.
Yeah. I think Cam's waiting in the green room there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He is. Hold on. Oh, he disappeared. What the hell?
Cam. Hey, Tater, how's it going?
I like how, we've been doing this interview. Tater has been missing for weeks. And we say we're doing a bracket and he shows up immediately.
Exactly. Oh, there's Cam.
There we go.
He came. You guys came for the bracket.
Hold on, guys.
All right.
Oh, is Anna with you?
Take that one. Right.
So wait, I can't figure this out. How does this work?
He's too young to not know tech. Come on.
Yeah. You're a baby. You should know how this works.
All right, but we are doing the part 1 of the DC animated movie bracket to determine what's the best DC movie.
Are we still on this one?
We're still on this one. I told you it's the summer of DC. It really is the summer of District of Columbia. Where we're left off, we are in our final 8. So we have a lot of Justice Leagues in the final 8 here.
I know.
Yeah, a lot of Justice League. So currently where we're at, we have Justice League Crisis on Two Earths versus Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Crisis on Two Earths.
Yes.
Gods and Monsters. I think I'm gonna go with Crisis on Two Earths.
I'm with him.
You're with, all right. That's 2 there.
That's the one with Thomas Wayne, right?
Crisis on Two Earths is the one where they run into the Dark Justice League, right? Where Joker kills Lois Lane and Superman takes over the...
That's Injustice.
Is it? No,
Yeah.
that's the video game. Isn't that also that movie?
They did a movie for it.
Okay, then I might not know what I'm talking about. Crisis on Two Earths is the one where Thomas Wayne is Batman. Then.
Right, that's the one that I think it is. It's the one where Thomas Wayne is Batman.
Sure, let's go with that.
I thought that was a Flash. Okay, I may not know that movie then. I'll stick with it. I'll stand by my initial statement.
There we go.
Hey, there's Cam and Anna. How's it going?
I don't
guys?
know.
Sorry, guys. Trying to get my earbuds connected because I'm on my phone.
I don't know how this works. Hell, what's going on right now? Shit.
Oh.
All right, so Cam, Anna, we are doing it's Crisis on Two Earths versus Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Crisis on Two Earths.
Gods and Monsters.
Ooh. And Phil, just Taylor said he's been here since the interview started.
He just hasn't been talking, is what it is.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, chat, we need you here to sending your votes to. Right now, we have 3 for Crisis on Two Earths and 1 for Gods and Monsters. I'm only the tiebreaker with the coin because, as we all know,
he hasn't watched it.
no.
He's Big Bad Horror. That's why.
No, it's if it was all pure horror movies, I'd watch them in an instant. If they were
Right.
all as good as Howard the Duck, I'd watch them. But
if it's a horror movie that nobody's ever heard of, he's watched it.
oh yeah,
Love Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck's great.
You're just dropping monsters, it looks like.
Oh, say Wong, he just turned off his camera. He's back on camera. Oh, say Wong. All right. So
your face. That was your face.
I went to poison myself. I went and had a cigarette. So I've been here for a little while.
all right. Well, anyone else? Tater's voted. James, are you going opposite Tater as you normally do?
He only goes opposite Tater because he hasn't watched them either.
That's fair. Well, going once.
I think. So wait a second. I think that you're mixing up Crisis on Two Earths and Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh yeah, I might be.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Crisis on Two Earths is the one I'm talking about, because that's the one where Batman's Owlman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Crisis on Two Earths. I stand by my statement.
All right.
Excellent
That
movie.
is correct, sir.
All right. Do you stand by your statement then, there, Phil?
So even now knowing what movie we're talking about, yes, I still stick with
Okay.
Crisis on Two Earths.
Yeah, Frey isn't. I haven't seen Frey. I don't know if Frey's on here. Cam, post the synopsis. You know what they are. 'Cause I don't know. Hold on. I see his cord.
It's time for a synopsis. Synopsis. You know the best part of that is I intentionally draw that out because I already have my finger over the button. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh, I mean, I don't think this was going to be as raunchy as last time, and it was here with the
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're going to Superman 50 Shades of Kryptonite level.
No, Superman Unbound's gone. It's a shame.
That saddens me that we're not going to talk about kryptonite dildos again.
That's true.
We're doing the bracket slightly. For what? This is nerding. Okay.
I'm excited there.
Sure, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man.
Surprise guest.
Oh, okay. So we'll say then the 3-2 Crisis on Two Earths has this one. Oh, Crisis on Two Earths versus Justice League Gods and Monsters, Say Wong.
And
We'll
then
brings up.
Say Wong is like, well, where's Ruby at?
Everyone here is a nerd.
What?
No.
There's nerds here? No one told me there'd be nerds.
There's nerds? What?
Oh no. Say Wong says Gods and Monsters, which makes it a tie.
Oh shit! Now you have to choose.
Uh-oh. Now it's time for Big Bad Harp to bring out the coin.
Or James, you give us your vote, and you have the power, James. You have the power.
Oh
Which
God,
one,
who's
James?
giving him the con? Why?
I'd rather use the coin.
That's fair.
I don't want to give the PA too much power.
True. All right. So heads for Crisis on Two Earths.
Oh
Tails
man,
for Gods and Monsters.
but the coins hate me.
It
He dropped it.
I dropped it. Let me read. It is heads. Crisis on Two Earths.
Yes.
Heads.
Pez?
Heads. All right.
Thank
Don't
you.
give it. Everyone's agreeing. Don't give James
him
the
the
power. All right. Next up, then. we
It's not your
have-
birthday anymore, James.
It's gone. You're old. He's older than me. I can say that.
Well, I get a little notification thing, so.
And everyone's older than Cam. So
It's-
Cam is not older than anyone. Are you older than Anna?
Yeah.
Yes, I am actually.
Yeah, so Anna,
By like a week and a half.
By a few days.
Week and a
Just
half.
days.
Wow.
Week and a half.
okay, so Anna's the baby now. All right.
All right. All right. So next up, we have Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox versus
That I thought that we were talking about.
yes. Suicide Squad: Hell to Pay.
Shit.
That wasn't one of them.
Damn it.
Yeah, Justice League shit is not something that we talk about.
I mean, we don't kink shame here.
No, Justice League shit is also known as Justice League.
I see what you did there.
Tell me about the shittiest version of the Justice League, Joss Whedon.
Yeah. The League of Superhero Pets. I mean,
League of Superhero Pets was okay.
all right. So, Nathan, what do you want to go with?
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. All right. Phil, do you need a moment?
Hold on. So we said Flashpoint Paradox and How to Pay, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Flashpoint Paradox. I think Hell to Pay was really well done and it was good, but Flashpoint Paradox was beautiful. So we're going with that.
Fair enough. Which one are you going with?
Hell to pay.
Hell to Pay.
I'm going with Flashpoint.
She's going Hell to Pay because Harley was in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, we were literally doing cosplay photos earlier today, so
And it's kind of the only one I also know. I haven't seen the other one.
All right. Well, we have 2 for Hell to Pay in the chat with Anna's. And what did you say, Phil? Flashpoint?
Flashpoint Paradox.
All right. And Gage, you
Yeah,
said
we both
Flashpoint
did.
as well, right? Oh man, that's
I think we're tied, aren't we?
that's 3-3 again.
So we'll do this the Two-Face way. Break out the coin.
I mean, it's only appropriate because we're doing it the toothpaste way. All right. Well, then heads for Flashpoint Paradox and tails for Hell to Pay. And where is Frey? Because she's gonna be mad again. So heads, Flashpoint Paradox.
The coins love me again. I'm good with this.
There you go.
Can someone message Frey and tell her that all the shit she likes is losing?
We already determined she's gonna come find us, hunt us down, not kill us.
She could be breaking the tie if she was here, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, Frey's not here, so long as far as I'm aware. Oh, challenge from Eric. 3 scenes of a horror movie. I remember my parents watching when I was 4 or 5. 2 scenes as a creature forming a massive flash in the ground devours puppies and a cow. So that is clearly either the Thing because he eats the creatures, but there's lots like that, or the Blob.
Ooh,
Great movie, by the way.
yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my all-time favorite horror movie, though, the one that inspired me to write,
Yes.
was Pumpkinhead.
Yes. I mean, if you would have said though Evil Dead, we'd become best friends.
So I love Evil Dead. I have
you,
the whole
Savannah.
collection. But Pumpkinhead, I saw it when I was a kid. I wasn't supposed to be watching it. Sitting on the stairs, watching it through the railing.
Yeah.
And just the twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's what inspired me to love great stories. Like
I like that.
right there.
I mean, my son happened to be born on Bruce Campbell's birthday, and his name is Ash Willingham. So, yeah. And I do have half a sleeve of Bruce Campbell because everyone knows that Bruce Campbell is my man crush.
Have you met him at a con? Have you met him at a con?
Yeah, he did Last Fan Standing a couple months ago in Chicago, and I did trivia with him. It was awesome.
Nice. I got to meet him at one of the Wizard World cons here in Reno.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
That's why earlier when we were talking about if you could
Bring that over, please.
if you could have your own cult, like what would it be? And I was like, oh yeah, we already know his would be something related to Pizza Man, aka Bruce Campbell.
Pizza Papa.
He's a hopper.
No.
And also, he was in. I've got to
Can you
mention
help
he was also
open
Coach
it?
Boomer in Sky High. So
He was. What if I told you they were
There's time in front of the
that
keyboard.
she's her evil twin?
Yeah, now,
Eric, I don't know that one. I'll have to look it up.
okay,
So-
little finger.
No.
Okay. Hold on, fine.
And all I say they put evil character in the cartoon show reboot. Yes, Say Wong. I know that.
Push it all the way back. Kind of. There we go. That's good.
If
I'll
it's
get it.
Bruce Campbell related, I know it. I said I may have watched a movie called One Hell of Christmas Eve just because the character once says in the entire movie, "What would Bruce Campbell do?" And I watched the entire movie just for that.
Like this movie's
What's going on? All right, let's move on. All right, so next up we have Justice League Doom versus Teen Titans: The Judas Contract.
Fuck. All right.
You guys,
I'll go Judas.
Judith.
uh-oh,
I'm gonna lose this one. Doom.
Doom.
I think I'm
love
going too. I mean, okay, I love Judas Contract. Don't get me wrong. Judas Contract is a really good. It's one of the best comic books ever written. But then at the same time, the movie was really well done. But Justice League Doom, again, it was so well done, and you get this paranoid Bruce that whole bit of paranoia that Bruce has makes the entire movie.
For me, the scene between him and Superman at the end, when Superman gives him the kryptonite bullet and is like, "No, you're right. No, you're right." Loved it.
Superman clause would come into effect with your vote, Say Wong. I mean, I don't necessarily blame you for that. So that's why he's going Justice League. So that is Doom. We have one for Judas Contract.
Are we 3-3 again?
Phil, did you say Doom or Judas?
I said Doom.
Will reach.
Wow. I've never had to input this much effort into the voting DC. Oh, and Eric, I don't know if you're talking. I don't know what movie you're talking about. I'd have to. That doesn't sound familiar to me. So, you there. So all right. Heads is Doom. Tails is Judas Contract.
You're welcome.
And Tails.
Oh, so Judas Contract won it?
Judas Contract won. Yes.
Damn it!
Yeah.
You
Can't win them all, Phil.
You were betrayed by some silver coins.
That's it. Kill the fucking coins. Murder them.
All right.
Betrayers.
Yeah. It'll be no. Yeah. Okay. So, to get to our final four, we finally have Phil. This one's gonna be for you. Injustice. You know what's coming up next, right? What have we not said so far?
I'm actually not sure. I don't remember what was on this bracket at all.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been too long.
Green Lantern, Emerald Knights.
Oh shit. Okay.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so I know what Matt Aguilar is gonna vote for. I should probably text him right now and be like, hey, we're voting for Green Lantern versus what was it? What was the other one that we put in there?
Injustice.
Oh, God, he might actually go either way because I know he likes. Hold on, I'm messaging Aguilar right now.
You do that while we're waiting. Cam and Anna,
Who's
what
gonna
do you
be her
guys got?
tiebreaker?
I'm going Injustice.
Injustice.
I have to go Injustice. It's the only one I've seen.
I mean,
Emerald Knights is actually really good.
Say Wong says Emerald Knights. I'm actually going to vote for this because I know the Injustice storyline from the video game, so I'm actually going Injustice.
Yeah.
So
Same. Video game.
Yeah.
Where's it
Yeah,
at?
Anna's
Where's
played Injustice, so.
yeah, and
How did none of the Batman films make this, or is this?
they
all-
have their own bracket because they are too.
We had its own bracket for it, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, yeah. Because when we did the live action, it always became Batman versus Batman versus Batman versus Batman.
As well, it should.
Right. Yeah. So we actually.
I'm pretty sure that Injustice just pile drived.
Oh yeah.
Nights.
It might have. I may not even have to message Matt. What's it at right
now? 5-1. You can say that Injustice fridge the Green Lantern.
No, yeah, because I'm going Injustice too. So it's not gonna. There's no point in messaging Matt right now. Like he'll probably go back and watch the show later.
And so I'm gonna have to watch Emerald Knights, and I'm hoping that I'm not gonna regret my decision.
No, Emerald Knights is good. It's a really good movie, man. It's so I if you don't know who we're talking about when we say Matt Aguilar, he's the host of Comic Nation.
Okay.
On comicbook.com. And he's been on the show. He drops into the chat every now and then. And every now and then, especially when it comes to Green Lantern stuff, because he has a huge obsession with Green Lantern.
Yeah, he does.
We'll ask him on matters of Green Lantern, but it's for sure Green Lantern's not making it through this one.
Ooh, we have Eric that came in late. He wants to vote Doom. So
I think he's voting on the last one then.
Yeah.
And Doom already lost the coin flip, man.
Yeah, it was called, unfortunately, Eric. Sorry. All right. Well, we have our final four. I think we should be able to finish part one of our non-Batman DC animated movies. It's been a month and a half, I feel.
Yeah, we finally get it finished yet.
All right. Well, let's bring it into our final four. We have Crisis on Two Earths versus Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, shit.
The Crisis on Infinite Earths.
On Two Earths.
Versus Flashpoint Paradox, which is basically the same concept.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was the better of the same concept?
I'm going Flashpoint Paradox, man. Obviously, that's the one that came to mind first for me when I when I thought of these, right? Like when we were talking about oh, which one's gonna win? The first one that came to mind was Crisis on Infinite Earths. So I love the concept of Martha being the Joker and Thomas being Batman.
It's fair. All right, we another vote.
I'm marginally going to have to get to Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Anna?
Crisis on Two Earths. That's the only one I've seen.
Okay.
All right. Gage, what do you want to go with?
Crisis.
I
thought they did it better.
They did it better. Interesting. Oh, no.
Crisis on Infinite Earths or Crisis on Two Earths?
Two Earths.
It's Crisis on Two Earths.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually really love that movie.
So Say Wong says Crisis on Two Earths. So once again, we are at 3-3.
Coin flip. Coin flip.
Well, it's not fair when you put two great films like that together. You're bound to tie up, man.
Right?
Real quick before you do that, because I'm not going to be able to finish this today. This is where we're looking so far. So,
is that the Haunted Mansion Lego set?
It is the Haunted
Mansion.
Spooky.
And then
no, it's not like that's my favorite Disneyland attraction whatsoever.
It comes with the butler dude.
Nice.
And he's got tails on his coat.
He's got the butt flaps.
He's got the butt flaps.
I mean, every good butler needs butt flaps, right?
Hey, everybody, the butt flaps. You see the butt flaps? That's how you know he's a good butler.
Exactly. If you walked into a place and they had a butler without butt flaps, you're like, okay, I don't trust this guy.
The butler did it.
Trust the guy without the butt flaps.
All right, let's give chat. Let's give chat another minute here to chime in. Eric, you could be the tiebreakers. That way I don't have to flip the coin. Because if we have to flip a coin for the final one, that's going to be really weird. Frey, tiebreaker. Frey girl.
I already tried summoning Frey.
Did you, though? Did you?
Look at the group chat.
I didn't hear the change.
But how do we summon James and apply that to Frey?
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
You want to say sucks 3 times there too, because she might kill you.
Yeah, exactly. I fear for my life.
Oh, and she doesn't have Ian Frey-Girl there. Say, Wong, come on, you should know her by now. It's Frey-Girl with
Oh, come on.
Hey, Wong, you watch all our stuff. All right. Well, in that case, oh boy. Oh. Wonder Woman sucks. Yeah.
Share the coin has butt flaps.
The coin better have butt flaps. All right. Heads for Crisis, tails for Flashpoint. It is tails for Flashpoint.
The coins
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Cam, stop dropping out of the show. I'm kidding. I know you don't have anything that you can do about that. It's fine. It's okay.
No, because we're not on the computer right now, so I'm trying to learn all the controls on my phone.
Then make it work.
All right. You ready to finish this off here?
Work.
Oh.
It'll be better next week.
All right. So to get to our final 2, we have Judas Contract versus Injustice.
I go Injustice again. I like Judas Contract a lot. I think it's a great movie. By far, easily one of the best. He's trying. He spelled it wrong.
He's got to spell it right.
Yeah, he spelled it wrong. What if young Phil had butt flaps? Maybe he wouldn't butt dial all of us so often. You know
Not dialing. His butt is video calling us constantly.
Let me know and we're going to leave so I can come back. 2.
Oh, that was adorable. The cutest thing ever. Just, hey, let me kiss my girlfriend while I'm walking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just on camera. Okay,
And that's how we killed Anna tonight.
it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna. Hey guys, I'm gonna kiss my girlfriend when I'm up. I don't care if you guys are doing the show. Just yeah. Okay, going back on topic.
Yes.
Judas Contract again, probably one of the best Teen Titan movies that's ever been done. My close second is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Oh yeah, if I butt dial her, she might answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, the whole world saw that. Anna is now being shamed for being a normal human being. It's okay. Everybody Anna for being a human being.
I forgot we were on here.
Gage, what are you going
My
with?
boyfriend's being a jerk.
I'm gonna go with Injustice.
Okay.
Where are you going with?
That's where I was going. Justice.
Really?
Yeah.
Cam?
I'm also going. I'm going Injustice.
All
Did
right.
Anna just say that she's going Teen Titans?
Judas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you this. One of my favorite portrayals of Slade Wilson in any DC property.
I didn't like Slade. He was a jerk.
Oh my God, no!
Wow.
Deathstroke is by far the best Teen Titans villain. Because remember, he started off as a Teen Titans villain and then became a regular Marvel. Became a regular DC villain after that.
Wow, Phil. You need to revoke your DC card?
Say, Wong, I will type it properly for you. There you go. It's at Fragrance.
She's probably getting like 30 tags right now and is like, what do you want? I'm hanging out with my son.
I was thinking, why is Liam on?
That's there you go. So this is where we lose Anna, is her being a normal person, but we don't lose her at Kryptonite Dildo.
I know, right? She's like, dildos are fine, but when you guys make fun of me,
No.
The 50 Shades of Grey, and that was my boyfriend. Stop. That was my boyfriend. The 50 Shades was my boyfriend. Oh,
Is that
shit.
So they're going to be on the show.
James,
yeah.
On stream. We don't know if it was the first kiss, period, but I mean,
well, I mean, James, if it wasn't the first kiss, when you and Phil were in the same room, that's on you guys for not being the first kiss on this show.
absolutely. Remember, we used to be in the same room when we recorded the show at one point.
Cam's dead now. Sorry.
Hey, it works for me.
Now, not to say that when Aaron Watson was on the show that there weren't handies being handed out under the table, but I mean,
All right. Well, I think
Wait, that's where you got all the pictures with when you two were in studio. Okay, that explains why.
So Injustice has this with 4 votes to 2. So the final one for all the bastards. And remember, everyone watching this live right now, everyone here, this is the definitive answer for all time. What we say is word of the internet. Don't
yes.
let anyone tell you otherwise.
The internet agrees with everything that we say.
Yes, all the time. Because
especially in the Nerdington Post.
So finally, for all the marbles of part 1, we have Flashpoint versus Injustice.
Oh God, that's a hard one. All right, so Flashpoint Paradox, which again is probably one of the better animated movies, versus Injustice, which again, the animated version of it held up to the video game and was really good.
Yes. I'm going Injustice.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. Or know the story. Gage?
I'm going Flashpoint.
Ooh.
Again, there's something about that story. You know, there's something about
Injustice.
that. Ooh, she's going Injustice.
I'm going to Flashpoint.
Well, we'll make sure her boyfriend's wearing a distance nerding shirt when he walks in next. So.
She's got on already.
Oh, so she already did.
It wasn't facing the right way. Cut, reshoot.
That way. All my setbacks I wear backwards. All of them.
You know what? That
one is my old black hat.
It would be great to get that reshoot because then they have like the brims of their hats just. This is not working. No.
All right, so Taylor says Injustice. Say Wong says Flashpoint.
Thank you.
You don't apologize for anything. This is
no, James. I'm not apologizing for coming in and crashing.
This is why we want our guests to stay for the last hour because
I chose to stay. James saw me.
Yeah,
because I come in and crash for the bracket.
This is why we want all of our guests to stay for the last hour because this is the shenanigans that happen.
Yes, but I do have to get this going because
I know you have to get the game stream going.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Injustice.
Injustice. All right, that makes it because I voted Injustice. I didn't have to flip a coin. Yes, but still my vote mattered. I don't know.
Oh no, Graveyard Matter for DC stuff?
No, that's weird. It's awkward. Injustice wins.
Yeah, Injustice wins
Injustice
all of the
wins.
marbles, guys. So give us a preview for the next bracket for whenever we get that deck. We have interviews for the next month.
Yeah, so the next bracket is part 2. And just a quick preview of what's left on there is we have Green Lantern First Flight, Constantine City of Demons, Doom That Came to Gotham City, Gen 13, Superman Doomsday, DC Superhero Girls Hero of the Year, which I know is James.
That's James's pick for the entire thing.
Oh, absolutely. Justice League, JLA, Trapped in Time, Justice League New Frontier, Wonder Woman.
Ooh, New Frontier.
Superman versus the Elite, DC Superhero Girls, Intergalactic Games, Teen Titans, Trouble in Tokyo.
Specifically chosen for James, right? The DC Supergirl.
Yes.
Things.
Yes.
Superman versus the Elite is amazing. That's the one where he almost kills everybody.
Superman, Brainiac Attacks. I did do Batman, Superman, Battle of the Super Sons.
You know what? That's on my list of things to watch.
All-Star Superman and Tales of the Black Freighter.
That's an interesting one. Tales of the Black Freighter. If you guys have not watched that one, that is the interlude from Watchmen.
Yep.
It actually, if you watch the director's cut of Watchmen, it's actually inserted into the movie.
It is.
But you can go to Max and watch that as a separate thing right now. It's actually really good.
So that's my one that I've seen on this entire list. Is Tales of the Black Freighter.
Tales of the Black Freighter was really good.
I didn't know they did a Gen 13 animated film.
Yeah.
Oh, doggo.
And then, like I said, Superman versus the Elite is the one where he makes it seem like he goes nuts and kills everybody, and then you find out that he didn't kill anybody. The whole point where people think that he could kill anybody. There's one scene, Graveyard, you'll like this. There's one scene where Superman basically, like, when he goes nuts, like one of his eyes, like he like broke a blood vessel or something, and he grabs a dude and tosses him into orbit.
Oh, so he's oh, I can't think of his name.
Zod?
Omni-Man.
Oh, Omni-Man, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then it turns out that he didn't really do it. But I mean, like, you know, it's a trip. Like, he basically goes through, and there's this team called the Elite, basically goes through and kills everybody one by one.
I am summoned.
But like, again, that's one of my favorite things. Okay, so guys, I need everybody's pluggables. Graveyard, I'm gonna let you go first because I know you got to get going, man.
Yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod Out at Night Mostly podcast.
Wait for it. Wait, damn it. Keep hitting the button.
Mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
There we go.
Yes. You can find that exclusively right now on Comic Con Radio, releasing every Wednesday. We are working on a new interview show called Conversations in the Void with Graveyard.
So
we'll discuss all things horror with all the horror people I could possibly find. I'm excited for that. Check us out on all social media at Pod Out at Night. If you want to talk horror and nerdy to me, message me there. If you want to follow the Beard and make this thing beat Chuck Norris and absorb his essence,
yes,
follow at Beard's Graveyard, where all those crazy shenanigans are happening with Graveyard's Beard. On top of that, you can find me 2 to 3 days a week over at Kyber K Productions, doing all gaming things and all nerdy things over the weekend. And you can find me here every Thursday on the Build with the Bracket and enjoying every DC knowledge nugget I ever learned.
All right, Cam, let everybody know where they can find you and Anna. Watch videos of Anna making out with her boyfriend. Let's go.
You can find me on Instagram at CamCosplay0. I have most of my other socials linked there. You can also find her there too on Instagram. And, you know, what's yours again?
Anna.Marie Baby.
There we go. That's where you guys can find us.
All right. Fine. Remember, follow Anna.Mari, baby, so you can see her making out with the boy. All right. Gage, give everybody your pluggables. I'm looking at the camera off screen and see just how pissed off she is right now. It's great.
I'm Gage the Wolf, creator of Godslayers. You can find Godslayers art and reach me at Tenebrous Anima Comics on Facebook, or at Gage the Wolf on Facebook, at Gage the Wolf on Twitter, and Instagram, and eventually TikTok.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I'm your boy, Young Phil. I am the one of the hosts on the Distance Nerding podcast. Of course, guys, you can follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook,
Threads.
right here, GeoCities, MySpace,
Farmers Only,
Christian Mingle, Tinder. You can find us on OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals. We now have pictures of the kryptonite dildo, and it's just the kryptonite dildo and nothing else. So with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. Of course,
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, let's get into this, guys. It's time for the dance party. I gotta get Graveyard out of here. So let's do this. Oh God, look at that! Look at that beautiful face. That so turned on. More turned on than Anna making out with her boyfriend. Look, I hate you! That's how James makes it onto the show. Because he doesn't like being on the show!
Is this how I microphone?
How do I microphone?
How do I do this?
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Fucking Kirkland brand Meeseeks.